Hi everyone, welcome to 164 Diecast. In this video, we are taking a look at the 2023 Red Line Club members selections car called Kawa-Bug-A. Selections are cars that Mattel Creations presents to club members to vote on for production. First, Mattel selects 4 cars to present to the Red Line Club members. Members then vote to choose which car they want Mattel to make. Once that is decided, Mattel presents several color choices, and members again vote to choose the color scheme. Once this process is completed, Mattel designs the car and makes it available for purchase by the membership. Often these are limited to 2 per member, but in the case of this selections car, there was no purchase limit as long as you ordered within the purchase window. Unlike other Red Line Club offerings that have a set production number, these selection cars are only limited to how many are ordered. In addition, the purchasing window is several days to a few weeks, but only Red Line members can purchase them. Regular Red Line exclusives are only available until they sell out, which is often, but not always, within minutes to the first couple of hours of release. Release days are almost always Tuesdays at 9 a.m. California Pacific Time, due to where Mattel's main headquarters is located, for both regular Red Line cars and selection cars. The Kawa-Bug-A we have here was the first of a couple of selection cars produced in 2023. Even after cars sell out on the Mattel Creations website, the information is archived and can be found on the site. If you navigate to the site, found here, this is the information you will find about this Red Line Club exclusive. Based on a '49 Volkswagen Beetle, our Kawa-Bug-A casting debuted last year. After just one appearance, we offered it as an option in our first selections poll of 2023, and it rode a wave of popularity with members' votes. In the following rounds, Spectraflame Magenta and Real Rider Steely Wheels surfaced as winning options for this exclusive edition. When the polls were completed, our graphic designer, Steve Van Vandervaart, dug into this bug and develop the details that make this release more than a winner. With an opening rear hood and removable surfboard, your pick is ready for the beach. We even packed it in a clear acrylic case to sun itself. This item is made to order, but you'll need to place your pre-order during the period from June 20th to July 3rd. Since the purchase quantities are unlimited, you can collect as many as you want. Just be aware, they won't be delivered for several months. Specifications are an opening rear hood with a removable surfboard. Body color is Spectraflame Magenta. Graphics include gloss white siding and rear fenders, a silver painted roof rack with brown suitcase, a white and light green toolbox, and white surfboard with magenta and light green stripes with authentic manufacturer logos. The body type is Zayman. Wheels are Real Rider Steely Wheels. The base is full metal, imitation silver plated chassis, and engine with matte black painted engine with additional painted details. Window color is light smoke tinting. The interior color is pearl white with painted details. and the scale is 1/64. This is the second casting of this car, with the first being the prior year in 2022. It was the first Selections casting of 2023, and the Mattel product number is HNL29. Only U.S. collectors could order this car. There was no international sales or shipping available. An issue many collectors find with the Redline Club acrylic box packaging is being able to open the acrylic case to view the car without the clear top. The tabs on the sides and bottom are extremely difficult to release. With mine, when I got the second tab to finally release, it scraped the car and damaged the top. No damage occurred to the car itself that I could see, but the case top now has a scratch in it. One big improvement Mattel made to the packaging over the years was to discontinue using plastic wraps or rubber bands to hold the cars in place. These would deteriorate over time and break, sometimes damaging the car in the unopened package. Mattel now secures cars like this by using small screws that go through the plastic base and into the base of the car. Very secure and worlds better than rubber bands or plastic wrap used in previous generations of cars. I hope you enjoyed our look at this nod to the California surf scene, and as always, thank you for visiting 164 Diecast, and we will see you in the next video.